Welcome to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, we have something yet again from my favorite brand, Salomon. Let's open up the box and see what we got, because these are the newer, yes, Salomon Outpulse. Check this out. Now, if you have been subscribed to my channel, if you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Now, if you have been subscribed, you already know that I have reviewed Salomon Outpulse before, but they were the mid-size GTX, and I have to say I like them quite a lot. These are their non-waterproof shoe version, lightweight hiking shoe, trail running shoe. This is something you want to look at, and I have to say these are no exception. They are just as good if you are getting them for exactly what you need. Overall, very comfortable, very lightweight. Outsole is fantastic. Absolutely love the outsole on these. Currently $112 on Amazon. The link for the Amazon and Salomon website is in the description below. Also, sometimes I put backcountry links because they do have really good deals. So check out the links if you're serious about buying. Maybe you'll find something better of a deal for yourself. But if you are serious about buying these, stick around for the whole review, because this is not a regular review. This review is specifically for my ultimate survival shoe section. Basically, if these weren't just your hiking shoes, but something bad happened and now you were surviving in these, you had to walk for miles, you had to run, you had to climb, you had to fight, do whatever that is necessary to survive, would these be good for your survival? Or would they get you killed? How do I make the judgment? We make the judgment based on 8 different criteria. Let's begin with the criteria number 1, of course, comfort level. And in order to assess the comfort level of all the shoes and boots that I review on this channel, I do a 3-mile run, non-stop, and then a 5-mile walk, no pauses in between, and then I continue wearing the shoes for the rest of the day, so that the total wear time is 8 hours. Like I said, I love the comfort level of these shoes. There are a few factors that contribute. Let's start with the first one, the weight. Now, this is size 10, and I'm thinking, 12 ounce, maybe? Let's see if I'm anywhere close. Wow, finally I am close. Usually I'm way off. 12 ounce, very good weight. Now, whenever it comes to the shoes, to kind of give you reference numbers, if you're looking for something that is lightweight, you're looking for something that is under 15 ounce. Whenever it comes to hiking shoes category, it's something like this. That is a shoe that doesn't have a shaft, that does not have any kind of waterproofing or any kind of crazy protection. Under 15 ounce, good stuff. Over the 15 ounce doesn't mean that it's going to be like heavy, bulky or anything like this, but now you are getting in the heavier category for shoes specifically. 12 ounce is absolutely fantastic weight. That's why you can run in these for miles without any problems, because really there's not much weight on your feet to give you any fatigue. But there are a few other things that contribute to the comfort level. Is of course, one of those is the flexibility of the outsole. Here, as you can see, the outsole is flexible, but at the same time it's not flimsy. It does have some very good stiffness to it. We will talk about the outsole later, but that is a very good balance to give you a good support. Because if you have a flimsy outsole, right, it's too soft, it's just way too flexible. Yes, it is comfortable to run in, but if you're getting in any kind of serious terrain, rocky road, something more, a little bit of borderline mountaineering, now you get in a problem because you don't have a stiff outsole, stiff enough outsole, that is, to give you a good traction on surfaces like this. Here you have a very nice balance, but like I said, we will talk about the outsole later. Let's move on to the inner sole, another thing that contributes to the comfort level, and here it is my favorite, Ortholite. Yes, I gotta say though, this particular inner sole, yes, it is Ortholite, which is a moisture wicking technology. Basically, what it does is if you're, if it's hot outside and you're walking for extended periods of time, your feet are sweating, the moisture kind of wickers off of this, so your feet don't get wet, and at the same time the bacteria doesn't spread. All right, so that's a good side of it. Not a very good side of it is that, as you can see, there is really no heel pad at all. It's just flat. Arch support, it looks like there is arch support, but this is super flimsy, so pointless arch support. So keep in mind, if you do prefer a better heel bed, if you do prefer more defined arch support, you might not like this. Overall though, the cushioning is pretty good. This is what you get usually from Salomon, and it is pretty decent. That's what I have in my X Ultra 3 Mid GTX, and I do like the cushioning quite a lot. Once you remove this from here though, it goes straight into the more harder midsole material. So not much of the cushioning, alright? Keep that in mind. Whenever it comes to the padding though, we have a little bit of a padding here in the tongue, a little bit here in the shaft, or whatever there is of a shaft, a really nice padding here in the heel, which definitely contributes to some comfort. And throughout the whole shoe, it's a very soft, very kind of foot-friendly fabric material. Gives you some nice and softness, so it definitely contributes to the comfort. With the creasing too, I have to say, no pressure points, so overall, very nice, very comfortable shoe. The only thing that you might not like quite a lot is the inner sole, so keep that in mind. But let's move on to the criteria number 2 now, proofing and protection. Like I said, these are not waterproof. If you're specifically looking for the Outpulse that is waterproof, GTX waterproofing, check out my review of the midsize. I have to say, Salomon did a very smart thing here. Whenever it comes to waterproof stuff, honestly, there's not much point of getting, a waterproof shoe. I know some people, I know some of you guys, you like that kind of stuff, and it's fine, it's personal preference, but to me, there's just not much point of having a waterproof shoe, just because there isn't really much of the clearance. Water just gets much easier in the shoe. The only problem is with the waterproofing shoe is that now, because it's not as breathable, it takes a little bit more time to dry up. Compared to something like this that is more vented, because the fabric here is lighter, there is no waterproof lining, it is much quicker to dry up if you end up getting it wet. If you are looking for a waterproof version, some midsize with the shaft, now we are talking. Now we can seriously consider GTX waterproofing. So I am completely fine with this not being waterproof. Let's talk about the protection here. As you can see, there's a little bit of a toe cap, kind of an extension, which is again very good for more of a rocky type of situation. There's a little bit of a kind of a reinforcement here over the top of the toe box. Again, helpful on the rocky road, but don't put too much face into this because it's still a soft toe box, so don't drop anything heavy. Obviously no protection in the shaft, in the ankles, reinforced heel, and you have plenty of protection from the outsole, but we'll talk about the outsole later. Let's move on to the criteria number 3, quality and design features. I mean, quality wise, Salomon. If you're not familiar with Salomon brand, I highly recommend checking something out from them. Whether it's the hiking shoes, whether it's the winter boots, or hiking boots or trail running shoes, whatever it is, just check out something from them, because there's a very, very high probability that once you do check out something from them, you fall in love with them forever and they become your favorite brand. Like, for example, it was for me. Luckily, I discovered them in the very beginning of me starting this channel. One of the first boots that I reviewed on this channel was the X Ultra 3 Mid GTX, and I absolutely fell in love with the comfort, and I've done so many expeditions in those boots. Yeah, I cannot even just recall everything I've been through in those boots, and they are still holding up, and I'm still getting ready for my next expedition this weekend. So yes, excellent brand, and you can judge by the reviews. These don't have quite a lot of reviews just yet, but check out backcountry links, check out the check them out on Ray, or REI, however you guys say it, but you will find plenty of positive reviews on Salomon brand in general. So quality wise, I definitely trust them. Whenever it comes to the design features, usually here I talk about lacing system. Nothing crazy over here, just a nice textured, flat, thin strings. Personally, I'm not a fan of these, but these are great if you want to save weight. Very, very lightweight. And obviously the hooks are, built-in hooks, 5 pairs, nothing crazy. Again, designed to save weight. Let's move on to the criteria number 4 now. Outsole, traction and stability. Okay, so outsole, absolutely fantastic. Contact grip technology from Salomon, I have to say, one of the best outsoles out there. I mean, whenever it comes to outsoles, Salomon, they know exactly what they're doing. Perfect balance between flatness and aggression. Now, whenever I do my runs and my walk, I do it on a variety of different surfaces, starting with some older asphalt, newer tarmac, dry sand, wet sand, dry grass, wet grass, rocky road, trail surface, marble tile, rubber, just a whole bunch of different things. And this handles excellent on literally everything that I just listed, and probably will handle excellent on literally pretty much everything else except the snow and ice. Obviously, you know, there's nothing out of the box, the snow and ice, unless it's like already comes with crampons or something or something like that. But this outsole is just fantastic, very, very nice, very, very aggressive grooves. I mean, these are so sharp, they bite into the slipper surfaces, like for example wet grass, very nicely. And at the same time, on more like muddy or sandy surfaces, there is really nothing crazy, weird, you know, design pattern where the mud or sand can get stuck. So you don't lose the traction and you don't gain any unnecessary weight on your feet. So excellent outsole, I absolutely love it. Let's move on to the criteria number 5 really quickly. Temperature, obviously pointless talk about winter temperatures here, but 3 season, just perfect. Again, you know, if it's something wet, if you're running in the rain, trail running, I wouldn't really, the only thing I would worry, you know, running in the rain is the color. All right, this color will get dirty pretty quickly, but you know, whenever it comes to getting wet, I wouldn't worry about getting these wet, because first of all, you have Ortholite, which is moisture wicking technology, and at the same time, because it's nicely vented, it will dry up pretty quickly. In the hot temperatures though, this is absolutely fantastic, super nice, super breathable, super light feeling. I love it as a summer trail running shoe or just a hiking shoe. Excellent choice. Let's move on to the criteria number 6. Very quickly, the sizing, no problems with the sizing. They are true to the size. With the, you know, with how soft the toe box is, usually I recommend getting half a size bigger than your normal shoe size, so you have a little bit of extra space in the toe box. Here it's not necessary because it is pretty soft, so it's not gonna bother you if it's, you know, if it's your normal shoe size and your foot fits perfect in this. Let's move on to the criteria number 7 now, balance of application. So if this really was your ultimate survival shoe, not just a hiking shoe, not just a trail running shoe, but ultimate survival shoe, would this be good for your survival? Well, I have to say, if your preference is more lightweight, all right, you want something that is that you can walk for extended periods of time without feeling the weight on your feet, you don't really care that much for the protection, you care more about maneuverability, being able to go through different terrains, this is a pretty good option. If you are planning your survival, like, it's really hard to plan your survival, but if your survival situation involves, you know, nothing cold, if it involves cold, obviously not the best choice. But for hot weather, for, you know, 3 season, lightweight, this is really, really fantastic option, especially if you're planning to go through different terrains. Another reason why I would say this is a pretty good option to consider for survival is because it looks very, very much like a regular, you know, sneaker. You can wear it on a daily basis. You can go to the grocery store in these. You can go to, you know, to the gym in this and look, you know, just fine. Not gonna look crazy compared to, you know, survival boots, if we're talking about. So that's another plus, is that you can wear these on a daily basis, and if something bad happens, which usually it happens unexpected, you will be already wearing these shoes, which is a unbelievable plus, because sometimes we might not have the ability to come back home and change from our, you know, dress shoes, office shoes, to our survival shoes, right? This you already have on, so in more situations, so chances are you will end up wearing these. So in that case, this is a pretty good option. And the very last criterion here is criteria number 8, the price, $112. Like I said, the links for Amazon, Salomon, Backcountry are in the description below. You might be able to find even better price, but $112 for this is a really, really good price, I have to say. It's definitely on the pricier side in general whenever it comes to your options, hiking boots, trail running shoes, because there's a lot of stuff out there from, you know, from cheaper brands, you know, Columbia, Merrell, not cheaper in worse quality, but just, you know, cheaper in general. In the same price range, you have La Sportiva, you have some good stuff from Salomon, right? So you do have a lot of competition in that price range. Whenever it comes to Salomon, I think most people choose it is because of the fitment. Like for me, for example, I just couldn't find really anything else out there that fits me as good as Salomon. So if you have that brand trust, if you have that fitment preference and you know Salomon's gonna fit you, yeah, that's it. The answer here is simple. But if you're still shopping around, I have plenty of reviews on this channel. Check them out. Maybe you will find something that that you will like a little bit more. But let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this shoe? What do you think about this review? If you have any requests for reviews, drop them in the comments below and I'll be happy to address them. As always, thank you very much for watching. Always appreciate your time. This was Ultimate Survival Gear. God bless you. I'll see you in the next video.